Hello, my name is McDonagh, and this is my analysis of the Black Panther movie. My first still is of Shuri and the Queen Mother dancing on the water rafts. One thing I noticed is that Shuri's ceremonial clothing incorporated a lot of beads in the design, which mirrors the hip beads the women in Umofia wear during festivals and other important events. Uh, and in addition, in the background of the scene, there are drums playing, which is frequently described in things fall apart as the heartbeat of a Mufia. So I thought again those were two really interesting parallels between the movie and the book. And in addition, um, a lot of the women's faces are painted similar to the way the women in the Mufia paint their faces with camwood. Something else to note about the drums is that in Things Fell Apart, right before Ikemefuna is killed, the book mentions there are drums playing in the distance to the Ozo dance, which is a dance in song that is performed when a man is being given the highest honor in the clan, which mirrors really well with the scene in Black Panther as T'Challa is becoming or remaining king of Wakanda. So I thought, again, that was a really nice parallel. This scene showcases the rule of threes. As you can see, Shuri is on the left side of the screen, and the Queen Mother is on the right, and it looks as a whole very balanced. And this little snippet of the scene is very flowy and natural, and you can tell that the characters are very comfortable with each other. And this is an example of a medium shot. The second still I have is the still of T'Challa leaving the plane or the hovercraft. Again, you can see across his back and his shoulders he has body paint painted to resemble a leopard or a panther, which again parallels the camwood that the people of Umofia would wear during festivals. Um, this shot is a medium shot that is centered on his back, and it kind of gives a sense of power and stability. And in addition, he's protected by these big metal walls of the spacecraft, showing that while he's in there, he's still king, he's still royalty. But as soon as he steps out of the aircraft, people from Wakanda can challenge him, and his authority and his stability is going to be in jeopardy. So I thought that was some interesting symbolism. The third and probably my favorite still is the one where T'Challa is looking up at all of the Wakandans. Something that really interested me was that this was a low angle shot, which puts the Wakandans above T'Challa, again symbolizing just superiority and them having more power than him, which I thought was very interesting because one would think it's the opposite. As of this moment, he is still technically their leader, he is still technically their king, but he is below them. So I thought that was a really interesting juxtaposition. Something else interesting that I thought that I noticed was the colors assigned to the different tribes. On the left, the merchant tribe is in whites and purples, mostly purples. On the right, the river tribe is in green, and in the middle, the mining tribe is in red, and the border tribe is in blue. And something interesting that we mentioned in class is how the colors that correspond to each of the tribes contrast the colors that we, from our Western viewpoint, would think to assign them. For example, the River tribe, their color is green, when one would think river, water, their color would be blue. And with the Border tribe, one would think, since they're in charge of the defense of Wakanda, they would be red or a more aggressive, defensive, would be more violent color, but they're not. They're a more muted, dull blue. So I thought it was really interesting how colors, they the meanings aren't synonymous across the world. It can be seen as bad luck in one country is good luck in another, and vice versa. And so I thought that was really interesting. This fourth shot is of Zuri addressing the Wakandans, and this is a medium shot, but it puts Zuri in the right side of the frame. So the right side of the frame is associated with the future and with righteousness, with morality almost. So that shows that uh, Zuri, despite his past mistakes, he is moving forward to the future and is living a righteous, moral life, and he's trying to be a good person, and he is someone who gives good advice to T'Challa throughout the movie, as shown by his positioning in this shot. This next shot is a shot of Wakabi, and this is also a medium shot. However, contrasting Zuri, he is on the left side of the frame. So the left side of the frame is obviously the opposite of the right side of the frame. It is associated with the past and with immorality. So him being in the left side of the frame shows that he is stuck in the past of what a Claw has done to his people, the people he has killed, and the vibranium he has stolen. He is still stuck in that past, and his motivations are motivated by his desire for revenge against Claw. And again, because he's in the left side of the frame, he's going to be responsible for giving T'Challa some bad advice. And again, it also slightly foreshadows the fact that he will become an antagonist to T'Challa later on in the movie. This last skill is very similar to the previous one in that it is also a medium shot, and in that T'Challa is on the left side of the frame. This shows how T'Challa is stuck in the past. He's still trying to further his father's reign. He's still trying to live as his father did. And he hasn't tried to move forward into the future, into the new era. He hasn't decided to differentiate himself to break free from this cycle that his father and his ancestors all supported and were a part of.